I'm buzzing here from the blue skies of Nairobi, Kenya 254. I'm buzzing. Yeah, it's not blue skies, it's nighttime. I'm buzzing though. Why? Because we have two back wins.
No one cares, man.
Yeah, we care because remember, Le Mans 24, don't be thrown off by him. Don't be thrown off by him. He's hating. At Le Mans, points are doubled in the WEC series.
Facts.
Points are doubled. And a lot to discuss. But firstly, did you watch the 24 hours?
Okay, how many hours?
Yeah, how many hours did you watch? Because I remember we were very tough on each other. This year we need to try and watch as much as possible. How many hours did you get in the tank?
Ebu had do's of the math.
I think I did around 14. Continuous watching.
You're still the record holder. What about you?
Do we need to say after to scare 14? Okay, I started.
I'll be honest. Okay. I did a good. I think it was a solid. 4 or 5 hours.
Which part?
The nighttime.
In what time?
It was around. In Kenyan time. I'm using Kenyan time. It was around 1 a.m. to 6. It was the
ilikuwa safety car. Okay.
Yeah, kulikuwa na safety car.
Those are long.
That's when we actually got the advantage.
No,
I came exactly at the right time.
We'll talk about it.
I came at the right time.
For me, I started watching at 8. But when the safety car came, I think huko midnight, I waited. And then tomorrow I had to go somewhere else. So I didn't watch the beginning and the end. I only watched from.
No, I also watched the beginning and the end because
the flag off.
Yeah. After my whole incident on Sunday and everything, towards the end of the race, because in Kenyan time it was ending around 2 p.m., 3 p.m.
No, the race.
Yeah.
It was ending around 6 p.m.
Oh, it was 6 p.m.
5
my hours were a bit.
So I missed Ferrari. Were they fighting Toyota?
Because
on Sunday.
Yeah, on the last stint.
Yeah.
Because I remember when it was ending, I was actually live tweeting on the Pitboard account. So my hours were a bit off. It was 6. That was 6.
Must have been nice.
That was 4. Was it 6?
It was around 5 p.m.
Yeah, it wasn't 6. 4, 5 Apple. Kenyan time, that is.
Yeah.
So watch the whole the whole thing.
So how many hours?
I'd say a solid 6 hours, 5, 6.
So from 8 to let's say 1, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5 hours.
No, at night 1 to around 6 a.m. Then from Sanane Apo to the end of the race.
So total of how many hours?
6, around 6.
6 hours.
6.
So mi ndio niko na 5 hours.
Okay. Not bad. But the interesting bits were the start and the finish.
That's why I feel bad missing the Sunday, that final stint, because I saw some highlights.
Hey, listen, these two guys don't like football. I like football. I was really excited to see Zinedine Zidane flag off the 24 hours of Le Mans.
I like the chap.
You like Zidane?
Yeah, when
I mean Zizou. Yeah. He's a classic guy. He's a classic guy.
Yeah.
So that was a big...
Hey, thoughts, man.
No, listen. He actually flagged it off and did a lap of honor in the
H2.
In the Alpine. We were talking about some episodes back. You remember the Alpine? We talked about the High 4.
Yeah.
The hydrogen car.
Yeah, the hydrogen car.
Yeah, we talk. You remember the car? The hydrogen car, the Alpine one, Alpaglo or something.
During the Spa episode.
During the Spa episode.
It's okay.
6 hours of Spa.
It's okay.
Yeah. Bro, you have a fish memory. What's going on? No, that's the car he actually did the lap in.
Okay.
Yeah, so and speaking of Alpine, let me just kick off the episode with Alpine, because Alpine had a horror race at their home country.
Bruh.
What happened?
Double DNF.
What happened? What happened to Alpine?
See, they had is it GP2 engine?
Hey. The Alpines were quick.
They had pace.
They had
pace.
Practice, quality, they were really quick. But on Friday, because now we're talking about 24 hours of racing, and one lap at the Le Mans is 13.6 kilometers. And just like in Formula 1, their cars decided to spill their guts.
Yeah, I think...
Was it not an... Which engine was it? It was picked from another series.
No.
It's the...
So IMSA, so Alpine, they're also present in IMSA with their Hypercar. IMSA, it's like a WEC version, but on the States, the guys across the pond. Yeah. So they just came with the same car, just to make sure that it meets WEC's regulations to compete in WEC.
And they tuned it.
Yes.
Some say they overtuned it.
Really, and to me, I'd say, I think they surprised everyone else.
Because of the pace.
Yes,
is it their first time?
Yes, at WEC, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now some fun facts getting into Le Mans 24 hours this year. It was actually the most competitive 24 hours of Le Mans.
Yeah, competitive in no sense.
Reason being, we saw 14 different manufacturers and 62 cars compared to last year and the previous years. This is actually the 92nd reiteration or the 92nd iteration of Le Mans 24 hours. This was actually the 92nd anniversary, so if I may call it that. In the next 8 years, they'll be doing a 100-year anniversary or something. Is that Jubilee or Silver Century? Or whatever.
Centurion.
Yeah, so we had 14 manufacturers, 62 cars, and 186 drivers. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, we are not only talking about the Hypercar series. We're talking about the Hypercar, the LMGT3, and the LMP2. Yeah, and it was interesting to see because the grid was full. I remember there was some traffic at some situations. There was traffic at some places. The first opening laps, I remember when everything started, everybody was now getting, because you see in Le Mans, so to speak, it's not your conventional race. You see different types of cars on the grid at the same time, and it's one to watch for because anything can happen with either of the cars. Anything can happen. And I remember there was a segment towards dusk. This is something I saw, and there was traffic or something like traffic.
There was a penalty. Is it which car got the penalty? Is it the 83 car?
There are a couple of penalties being thrown around.
Yeah, penalties.
The 50, the 51. Also, Toyota got a penalty during qualifying. Same thing to LMP2. As in, people are getting penalties.
And penalties always there.
All over the place.
Oh. Because I only remember of the 83 because I was cheering for that car.
Why? Because it looked good. Because
it was yellow, not red.
GTB. No, the 83 was the Ferrari.
The Ferrari.
LMP.
It was a
The
Ferrari.
yellow Hypercar.
Oh, the yellow. I thought you were talking about the LMGT3 car.
I'm talking about the yellow Nini, the one with the Robert Kubica.
And Schwartzman and Yefei. Those guys
they didn't pit. There was a part where there was rain. They chose not to pit and stuck it out with the Nini and got lead of the race after it dried out. That is like that is good risking now, and it's paid off.
I'm smiling because I have something layered that I want to bring on the table.
What? Bring it.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the racing. And I remember Toyota were actually looking fast. What happened to Porsche? Because Toyota and Ferraris were actually battling it out at the front.
Yeah.
These guys had moments.
Porsche didn't have pace, both in the wet and in the dry. Even that qualifying, Kevin Astre, the man they meet, the legend himself. During Hyperpole, how he took P1, that was just unexpected. Because the Porsches were nowhere quick.
Because when I saw Hyperpole, the guys with it, I knew they might give us a run for our money this year. Because last year we were, okay, don't say outrightly fast.
At Le Mans, yes. At Spa, they were really quick.
Yeah.
At Le Mans, they just didn't have the pace.
And I was like, what happened to the Porsches? And I'm assuming you're a Porsche guy.
No. When it comes to WEC,
Yeah.
Toyota, man.
Toyota.
Oh, okay. Interesting. We need to pick sides. We know where
No, we don't have to pick sides.
No, we have to pick sides. I need to know who I'm bantering and who I'm not bantering.
Mi niko kwa Simba. Although iko huko
Peugeot.
nyuma. Iko huko nyuma.
Okay, so
I'm waiting. I hope they do something, but for now, just nagoja tu.
I'm not doing anything, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. Anyway, the Toyotas looked incredibly quick, and we had a few moments before the Ferrari started fighting for the win amongst themselves. We had a few moments, and I was looking at Toyota's chances in the championship this year, and these guys are actually third in the standings, at this point, and they're not that many points off. And
Who is second?
Ferrari is second, 9 points off the lead, just 9.
Who is the leader?
Porsche.
Wait, and you're saying Porsche wasn't quick?
Hey, Porsche struggled at Le Mans.
Yeah, they weren't quick at Le Mans.
Struggled. I really don't know what the issue is. I thought you'll actually have an answer to that. I don't know. I didn't know what the issue was because I was watching them. They were nowhere to be seen, my guy.
So there are some conspiracy theories that Porsche and also Ferrari, I don't even know Ferrari is back in this conversation, that they were shafted. They got the shorthand by the balance of performance that was done before Le Mans. So basically, the balance of performance it's this matrix of weights and balances, if I can call it that way, from minimum weight, maximum deployable power, maximum energy per stint, maximum. I think there's some parameters that basically WEC plays around with to ensure that all the cars from different manufacturers, yes, they've been made differently, they have different power units, even they have different engine configurations, or the entire power unit itself is different. But to ensure that come race day on this particular track, they are all within the same window, or they are all competitive. Not to have, let's say, like someone who has a really light car and they have a really good PU, just having an advantage by the other people. So there's some people who are saying that Porsche was they were shafted. Let me just use correct good English. That Porsche got they got the short end of the stick by the BOP performances. Sorry, the BOP adjustments. So, and this is coming from how quickly they seemed at Spa.
Okay.
Yeah. So they decided to like tune them down kidogo.
I mean, okay.
To make the pack closer. But then again, here's the thing. We're talking about a 24-hour race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not basically a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yes. We're talking about a 24-hour race.
Yeah.
If you're not quick, you are not quick.
As in, you have enough time if you are quick, you have enough time to recover.
Yes.
No matter what.
Like what Toyota did. The Toyota that was actually going to get the win, it's supposed to be a fairy tale win. Started the race on Sunday. So we started the race on Saturday. P23.
Fairy tale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now so Ferrari won back-to-back Le Mans wins.
The Ferrari mafia was present at Le Mans.
Well, by the way,
they were present.
When I was looking at these cars, like the design of the Porsche and the design of the Toyota look sort of old school. Okay. Like almost the same as the Kitambo. But the Ferrari, the Cadillac,
the
Lamborghini, they have this new look.
They have sharper edges.
Yeah.
Even the BMW, it has some sharpness to it.
Although that BMW came with special Nini level and then crashed.
It is what it is. BMW had a stinker, by the way.
So is even Alpine,
Last year too.
even Alpine has that new look. Is it like a shift? We are seeing a shift whereby because what I saw like from Ferrari is like that car has been built from ground up, even the others. But somehow Ferrari are managing to win. But Akina Alpine, Akina Lamborghini, Akina Cadillac, not yet. Although I think Cadillac still has pace.
Cadillac, they have pace. Yes,
they have pace.
But they even at Spa, they had pace. They're just not consistent. And they
Experience.
And they're making mistakes, yes.
Yeah,
and I think if we just give them time, they'll be inhabiting that podium. As in come.
So it's like Ford versus Ferrari all over again.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ford versus Ferrari, there was a scene whereby the Ford driver Christian Bale was actually trying to
that
close
was
his
your
door.
cue.
You know, these are actually situations not in Le Mans, but when they were actually testing his car out and everything. And that's an incident that actually happened at Le Mans. Le Mans they were very photo moments zilikuwa mingi sana. Money shots zilikuwa mingi sana. And these moments, you know, Le Mans is whereby you see the people in the garages sleeping. And they're sleeping in the tire blankets and everything. Now there's this moment whereby the Ferrari car, the Mulango wasn't closing. The door refused to close, and the guy had to drive with the door rattling at his ear.
Which side? His side or the other side?
Inside.
No, like
he's inside.
It was the right side.
The right side, yeah.
They get in on the left side.
They get in on the left.
Yeah.
I thought you said you love Le Mans because you love to see how those drivers are actually removed from the cars. That's what you said. Am I lying?
It never happens.
It happened.
Okay, they're not wanasaidiwa but not being pulled like they used to.
Dragged out of the car.
Unatoka na kiti yako.
And another special shout out before we end the episode. We had the legendary number 46 making his Le Mans debut. The guy from MotoGP, before we get onto a MotoGP episode, Valentino Rossi made his Le Mans debut, and he did.
Ini LMGT3?
LMGT3, yeah.
Alikuwa drive BMW?
Yeah.
Was it a BMW?
Yes.
Yes. Was it a... Yeah, it
BMW.
was a BMW. It was a BMW. And he had a decent race. Did
they finish really?
Nope.
They didn't finish.
Yeah, he had a decent race, bro. he had a decent race. I'll still give him that. Because I think they had won a series. They had won a LMGT3 spec series a few weeks back before Le Mans. And hey, I mean, he's still winning even in the new category he's racing in. So once a racer, always a racer.
Like, okay, like let's say you're talking about experience, eh? Like, what is it that unaweza sema those mistakes people make kwa hiyo ISO 24 hour that you can say that they don't have experience? Because I'm imagining people like Toyota, Porsche, Ferrari, they have experience, but
Ferrari don't have at Hypercar level. They don't have.
Oh, because
Toyota has
it's the second year.
Yeah,
it's
Toyota
the
have the
second year.
most experience. Yeah, they're the most experienced. So
how are they managing to keep it clean? Because I can imagine like for Porsche and Toyota. Okay, most people are saying that Toyota should have won. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
they should have won.
They should have won.
Yeah.
What I wanted to know is those mistakes. Kama ulikuwa unasema na Cadillac.
Yeah.
What were they making?
Okay, so first of all, the most important or the advantages or the advantage that Toyota has over other teams is one, it understands the car. We're not talking about like a Formula 1 race, a 2 hours race. We're talking about a 6-hour, 12-hour, and 24-hour race. You need to understand your car, how it behaves through the different phases of the racing. We're talking about starting the race like Le Mans. We're talking about an entire day. So from with mixed conditions. We're talking about the evening. We're talking about the night when you have lower track temperatures. We're talking about the morning. We're talking about when the road is damp. We're talking about when humidity has changed. And then as in it's like a whole cycle. So if you understand the behavior of your car throughout these different changes during the race, then it's easy for you to like make good judgment calls. And also one, reliability. It's also easy for you to make good judgment calls. So if let's say you need to know how our car is going to behave on the tires, maybe at night or something, or maybe when it's damp. When is the crossover period? Do we need to jump to the wets when it's drizzling? Do we need to stay on the slicks when it's drizzling? Do we need to jump on the wets when it's now pouring rain? So it's just these small things that, one, understanding the car, knowing when to make the right call, and also having engineers who are able to like quickly help drivers sort a situation out. Like the number, I think it was the number 7 Toyota. It had a slow puncture, as in some warnings. There was two warnings again. The engine, the PU had a problem. But the race engine was like, yo, you just stay calm, just switch this 1, 2, 3, 4, then you'll be okay. There was I forgot it was which car, but there's a car where the race engineer got to the driver, I think a few laps in before he told this driver what exactly to change to get the car to have maximum power. So it's just these two small things, understanding the car through the different phases of the race, understanding the car, knowing how to set up your car also as the race progresses, knowing how your car behaves under the different conditions, knowing if your car has a problem, what fault, what needs to be fixed. If the car is brought into the garage, I don't know, you need to change something. When you completely understand your car, then it becomes simpler to tweak and change a few things. Also, preparation for the race. Because if you have last year's 2023, 22, 21, if you have data about that race, then it's easy for you to get prepared for the race ahead. Yeah, and when I say that Toyota were supposed to win that race is because they weren't the quickest in free practice. They weren't the quickest in qualifying. But come race day, they were the most consistent. And you're talking about someone who qualified last, who was disqualified. But then we need to talk about how brutal that regulation is. If you bring a red flag during qualifying, the FIA or the stewards can decide either to delete that one lap time or to delete all your lap times.
So which one did they do?
Everything. They deleted everything.
That's why I'll start from the pit lane.
Yeah. No, they started P23 last.
Oh, last.
Yeah. And you see,
What?
yeah, and the other Toyota, they weren't quick qualifying. They qualified P11. And Toyota was supposed to get a double podium. So you had one Toyota on the podium, and the other Toyota I think finished before P5 somewhere there. But this was after Ferrari decided to spin.
Yeah, there was that.
Yeah.
Which Ferrari was it?
I think it was the number 7.
Number 7.
Yes. So again, it's just experience. As in, you're not quick free practice, you're not quick qualifying, but come race day where consistency counts, and just like you said, keeping your nose clean. That is what Toyota are really good at.
And I noticed they make those cars in a way that like they can change the rear wing.
Are you satisfied with the
Did
answer?
you see?
Yeah, they can change the entire.
Unlike Formula 1, that unakuja like nikaa two Allen keys unatoa. Even the front part, like wame make in a way that they are able to change those parts very quickly.
Yeah, very quick. Yeah.
I don't know why they don't do that in Formula 1. Like wing in as a wrong way.
In Formula 1, they do for the front wing only.
Yeah, for the front wing peke yake, but not the rear wing.
Yeah, because that will give okay. See rear window, that's where the setup situation inaanza kutokea. High load, low load. Ukianza kuchange hizo vitu sahi when you
Front wing, what is the difference between rear wing and front wing?
I'm just saying it affects your performance on specific tracks na vitu kaa hizo.
It works very well in Le Mans. No wanna change.
I don't know. You have something against the FIA. I have noticed that. You have something against the FIA.
Those are your words. You're putting words in my mouth. Me, I didn't say that.
Okay, well, when Ferrari won Le Mans this year, it was also the first time a team has won Le Mans and Monaco. The same manufacturer has won for the first time in, 70-something years. The last team to do that...
In the same year.
The last team to do that was... it's actually slipped my mind. Not Maserati.
Kitambo too.
Yeah, these are manufacturers are Kitambo. I don't say Alfa Romeo or something.
Bugatti.
No, not Bugatti. But I remember a quote. Somebody quoted it and said, those guys were cooking back then. I don't know if it's Jaguar. Those guys were cooking back then. And just a funny take and something like that. But anyway, it is what it is. Now we're looking forward to July 13th. Sao Paulo. 6 hours of Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
Which
Brazil.
track?
Sao
Paulo.
Yeah. And where the Formula 1... It's actually where Formula 1 is actually raced. Yeah. It's the same track.
Is it the current layout?
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. See how that plays out. And catch you on the next Endurance episode. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, follow us on the Pitboard channels and do that. Engage with us. See what's up. Peace.